And so anyway, to the point, we have how to manage our thoughts. I was having a session with Kathy this week, a coaching session, and God just started speaking about this. And we were talking about when we get these thoughts, what do we do with them? Do we bury them? Do we just slam the door? Remember I talked about imagine there's different parts of you as like a doorway, a gate. Do you just go, no, I won't let you in. I'm not even going to pay attention to you. I'm just going to shut the door. I'm going to do nothing with you. I just don't even want to know. And a lot of us do that. If we are scared or worried or stressed, we sometimes try to, as I said, dampen them down with food. We dampen our emotions down with TV, with games, with controlling situations, and we're not actually dealing with them. We're suppressing them. And my mother always taught me when I was younger, whatever you bury, it will come up, and it will come up worse every time you keep trying to push it down. So this is one way, an image that God gave me this week when I was talking to Kathy, of how to view our thoughts. Don't shut the door, okay? Don't lock the door with bolts and keys and chains and say, I won't let you in, okay? Leave the door open. Imagine your thoughts are coming in and you can see them at the door frame, the frame of the door, but it is your choice what you do with them. Don't let them come in to the inner court as much as possible, okay? And if you already have thoughts presently that you're dealing and battling with, and issues you're battling with right now, then that's where renewing of the mind, and you've got to work on those thoughts to change them, to bring them down, to take them captive, and we've got to deal with that. But let's say on a day-to-day, but let's say tomorrow, a thought starts coming in, you see something in the news and they say your city or your state is on shutdown and no one's allowed out. The thoughts are going to come to the door, okay? It's your choice what you decide to engage with them. If you choose to let them in and start meditating on them day in and day out, they're going to take a stronghold. If you see them at the door and you keep saying to them and you train yourself to not let them in, sooner or later, those thoughts will get the message. And the way that I explained it to Kathy this week was that if someone knocks my door right now, my house, my physical house, not, you know what I mean, my actual house where I live. If someone keeps knocking on the door, I'll open the door and I'll talk to them at the door. The people I don't want to come into my house, I will talk to them at the doorstep, wouldn't I? I wouldn't let them in. If Kate came to my house, which is probably more likely than the rest of you, she turned up at my house tomorrow, I'd say, come in, Kate, come in, sit down, eat some food. I'd like, open the fridge, do whatever you want, Kate, right? Kate would get the message that she is welcome in my house. But let's say there's this man that keeps coming and he keeps trying to sell things to us to do work on the house. I don't let him in the house. I open the door, I talk to him, I address him, but he isn't coming in the house. And after about 3 or 4 times of him knocking the door, he doesn't knock my door anymore, because he got the message, okay, that he's nice, and yeah, but we don't really want your help in that respect. So as you keep on practicing, as you keep on, these thoughts come to you, whatever you do, don't lock them out. Don't say, I'm going to ignore them, and as long as I ignore them, that means I'm taking them captive. You're not taking them captive. Allow God to bring them to the surface as you're fasting, as you're praying, and these thoughts are going to come bombarding in. Allow God and ask God to help you to know what should come in and what shouldn't. Train your senses to know what to do when you're faced with this. And this is what we're doing to renew our mind. So accept the process. I've got written here, accept the process of the Holy Spirit revealing things, bringing them up. Don't be scared. Don't be worried. If you're doing it with him, you're safe. If you're trying to do this outside of Christ, it's not great. Okay.